Good evening, everyone. We have a packed room, so if you find a seat, please have a seat or scooch over and allow some room. And welcome to the Township Committee meeting of December 13th, 2022. Ms. Bork, please call the roll.
Committeeman Britting?
Here.
Committeeman Rowe?
Here.
Committeeman Thompson?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Delport?
Here.
Mayor LaPlante?
Here.
Administrator Ferreira?
Here.
Attorney Willard?
Here. Please join me in salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be advised that in accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, that notice of this meeting was made by posting on the bulletin board at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex and notifying the officially designated newspapers that this meeting would take place at the Hillsborough Township Municipal Complex at 7:30 p.m. on December 13th, 2022. At this time, we are going to have a ceremonial swearing in for Committeeman Britting and Rue. As mayor, I will now swear in the Committeeman Britting, and then I will invite Committeeman Britting's family to come forward first, and then we'll go with Committeeman Rue. So, Committeeman Britting and your family.
Come on, boys. Come on. Come on.
Stand over here next to Daddy. It's older than Daddy. All right, raise a little higher up for Daddy. Yep, left hand, raise your right hand. I, Robert Britting,
I, Robert Britting,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
on the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will impartially
that I will impartially
and justly perform
and justly perform
all duties of the office of committeeman
all the duties of the office of committeeman
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability. So help me God.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad?
That mother-in-law.
Mother-in-law?
Mimi. Get your jacket off. Come on. Let's go. You're in it. Let's go. Do you want to just with us first as they're coming up? Come on, boy. Oh, come on up.
Great smile.
All right. Good job. No, they're not laughing at you. They think you're smiling. They think you're awesome, right? All right.
You got the Russell smile?
Now let's do a big smile.
Perfect.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Rue family? Good job. Good job, Ricky. I, James Rue Jr.,
I, James Rue Jr.,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in the state.
and in this state,
On the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I do further solemnly swear
I do further solemnly swear
that I will impartially and justly perform
that I will impartially and justly perform
all the duties of the office of committeeman
all the duties of the office of committeeman
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations to both, and thank you for your willingness to serve our community. I know you'll both be a value asset to us here on the dais. Next, we'll move up to the approval of minutes. Our first up is regular meeting minutes of November 9th, 2022. May I have a motion?
So moved, Mayor.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call, Ms. Britting. Ms.
Committeeman Britting.
Bork, sorry.
Oh.
Weren't you paying attention?
Committeeman Britting.
Yes.
Committeeman Rowe.
Yeah, I would abstain, please.
Committeeman Thompson.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delport.
Yes.
And Mayor LaPlante.
Yes, thank you. Next up, we have reports from committee liaisons. We're going to start off with Committeeman Britting.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the packed house tonight. So we're going to start off with our Hillsborough night at the New Jersey Devils. I had the opportunity to attend a New Jersey Devils game on November 26th. We call it Hillsborough night at the New Jersey Devils. My wife and my two older boys were there. We had a blast. Next year when it comes up, please sign up and go. Discounted tickets, and it's a lot of fun to get to stand on the ice. So it was truly a pleasure to get to know the members of our community, cheer on the Devils, and support our police department. So that's the value of what we're trying to accomplish, and all of those things come together there. So that was a great moment. Social services. So Hillsborough High School Raiders boys soccer team joined the members of Hillsborough Service Unit 72 Girl Scouts for a community service event facilitated by the Hillsborough Social Services Department. The children worked together to tackle an inventory project for the Hillsborough CAN, or better known as the Community Assistance Network, and also prepared for the CAN's Thanksgiving food distribution. It's a very good cause. Throughout the year, the CAN provides assistance to families and individuals of Hillsborough who are experiencing food insecurity, which includes a Thanksgiving meal kit and holiday gifts and meals. Good job, Township. That's fantastic that we do that. The CAN is able to provide these necessities thanks to the support and generosity of local individuals and organizations. If you are in need of assistance or would like to volunteer or donate, please do not hesitate to reach out to the Hillsborough Social Services Department at 908-369-3880. So the next subject is Hillsborough's yield overabundance of reusable bags at the Hillsborough Community Assistance Network. Recent changes in laws regarding the use of paper and plastic bags in New Jersey, coupled with the increase in the use of home shopping delivery services over the course of the pandemic, has yielded a bounty of reusable bags. The Hillsborough Township CAN would like to thank the community for the reusable bag donations which have come in handy. At this time, please refrain from further reusable bag donations. I think we have too many. Is that right, Pam? Is that what's going on? Yeah, we do. All right. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Yep. For a health reminder, a short one, just a reminder that there are upcoming vaccination clinics for those in need. The next one is Thursday, December 15th from 3 to 6 p.m. Please visit the health department page on the Township website for future dates and for more information. From the Recreation Department, which is always really doing a great job, we have getting ready for Hanukkah, the menorah lighting on Sunday, December 18th. Hillsborough is hosting a menorah lighting and dedication at 6 p.m. near the Garden of Honor. This is a rain or shine event, so no matter what the weather, we're going to have this event. The Temple Beth El menorah lighting. Also, make sure you mark your calendars for the community-wide Shabbat the Hanukkah service and menorah lighting on Friday, December 23rd, 6 p.m. at Temple Beth El. Have your family's favorite menorah ready for all of you who celebrate. It'll be a wonderful night. Photography classes. For those of you who have a passion for photography and want to take control of your digital camera, but you don't know where to start, there's an option here. Let us teach you the basics such as settings, tips, and techniques to go from beginner to the next level. A camera is required, of course. We're not going to be providing cameras. And sign up online at www.hillsboronjrecreation.org. And yes, I can hear my middle son talking right now as I'm going through this. Just bear with him. He's 5 years old, so it's all good. He's figuring himself out. So this is actually a pretty cool one that I'm very happy to talk about. This brings me back to my high school days. There is now a new dodgeball club, which is pretty cool. Go to the movie with Vince Vaughn, dodgeball, duck, dodge, ball, however they did it. So breaking news, and a new offering from Recreation. Dodgeball is here. We are looking for players in grades 7 through 12. So I know you have some high school students. If you guys want to play some dodgeball, get in there. Get more of the game you love. Join our dodgeball club and experience 3 unique and different ways to play. Each week, experience an awesome adrenaline rush as you try to dodge and dip your way to victory. Good, you got it from the movie. What was this? What was it?
A terrible idea by our mayor, who thinks the winner should play the township.
Absolutely, let's do it. Bring it on. Yeah. Challenge. It's a challenge to you young. We're going to play and we'll whoop you. All right? Bring it on. All right.
Rubber ball.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, we get the hard balls. We get this all with you. Yeah. Home for the Holidays House Decorating Contest. This is my last subject. The 2022 Home for the Holidays House Decorating Contest concludes this weekend, and it is time to vote for your favorite decorated house. Please go to our website for an interactive Google map on the submitted homes. The link to vote for our favorites is also there, and that you can find that on www.hillsboronjrecreation.org. Thank you very much for your time. Mayor?
Thank you. And for the first time, Committeeman Jim Rowe.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be abstaining from notes from the November 9th meeting. However, I would like to say a few words. I would like to thank the mayor and the committee for both the consideration and the appointment to this position. I look forward to serving the people of Hillsborough in a official capacity. I would also like to thank my family, who you guys met earlier, my wonderful wife, Sybil, and my 3 energetic children, James, Isabella, and Grayson, for their continued love and support. So I thank you for that, and I plan to be up to speed and have a full report for the next meeting. So thank you.
Thank you. Committeeman Thompson.
Thank you, Mayor. And again, to your dodgeball comment, terrible idea.
I love that idea. Let's go.
As someone who had to play basketball with, I see my running mate Gloria McCauley in the back, and Carl Sirachi, who's a committeeman mayor here in town, and with Frank, we had to play basketball against professional football and basketball players, and it was terrible. So I don't know that this is a much better idea, as my hamstrings still hurt, but also congratulations, Committeeman Britting, and Committeeman Rue. Welcome to the Township Committee. I do believe Hillsborough is in very good hands with all of you serving up here on the dais. I think we are certainly better off having you here in town up here. From our building department, some holiday lighting tips. This holiday season is upon us, and with that comes holiday decorating. The festive lights, although pretty, have some associated risks you should be mindful of when purchasing holiday lights. Check the packaging for the UL listing for indoor and outdoor use, and use only as directed, and only purchase extension cords that are UL listed as well. Be careful not to overload your power strips or receptacles, that they can cause overheating or even lead to a short circuit. From the engineering department, just a winter sub pump reminder from the engineering department. The department would like to remind residents that the cold weather existing sub pumps discharging to the street or sidewalks causing hazardous ice conditions to the road, travel lanes, or sidewalks must be relocated. It is acceptable if the ice only impacts the gutter area. All new sub pump discharges are not allowed to be pumped onto the street per the Township Municipal Code. For our public works, as always, the top priority during a snowstorm for the Public Works Department is plowing the over 500 lane miles of township roadways, which may require several trips up and down the roadways. Snow plowed from roads often leads to blocking of private driveways. For some time, we recognize that this is an inconvenience that it may cause, but because of limited time and resources, plows can only clear private driveways at the request of local emergency officials. To reduce the amount of snow that might block your roadways, shovel an open area along the shoulder at the entrance as illustrated on the monitors. Plow blades will then push the snow into the area just before the driveway, leaving a much smaller amount in front of your driveway. Please also be aware that the snow-covered streets ordinance in town, which requires the vehicles must be removed from the streets during a snowstorm. This provides the best scenario for our plow trucks to clean the roadways quickly and properly. From our police department,
Our Chief McMahon would like to remind all Hillsborough residents to protect themselves from becoming a victim of theft. Keep your vehicles locked up at all times. Remove all valuables, especially personal items, from your vehicle. If you must leave valuables in your vehicle, please lock them up in your trunk or your glove box. Don't leave holiday gifts in your car. And the best and safest recourse is to not leave any valuables in your car, period. From our sustainability department, an update from our Hillsborough Township electrical vehicle chargers. Since it was activated on August 3rd, Hillsborough Township's first electrical vehicle charger located here at the municipal building has utilized over 200 times. Our charger has helped to avoid 1,385 kilograms of greenhouse gas emissions. That's the equivalent of planting 36 trees and letting them grow for 10 years. For more information, you can visit sustainablehillsborough.org. And last but not least, the Hillsborough Sustainability Department and the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection have some tips for celebrating the holidays sustainably. To conserve energy, use LED lights for decorating your trees and home. Give experience gifts instead of material ones, or gifts that take energies like programmable thermostats, etc. If you'd like to learn more, visit sustainablehillsborough.com. Thank you, Mayor.
And for the last time on the dais, Deputy Mayor Frank Delcourt.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of items for me tonight. This past Saturday, I had the opportunity to attend the grand opening of the K9 Resorts Pet Hotel with Committeeman Rue and our business advocate, Susanna Cars. I think she's here somewhere. Really nice facility if you need services for your dog. Certainly expect you to come check it out. They had a tremendous grand opening with a great attendance, and here in Hillsborough, we always appreciate businesses that want to move here and put their faith in Hillsborough. So we appreciate them coming and opening their new facility here. From our administration team, one of the things you'll be seeing coming up in the coming weeks, the team's been working on departmental videos, and a lot of that will tell you what you need to know about the township, things such as getting a document notarized, to information about our sustainability team. And if you go to the township's YouTube channel or the department pages on the website, you can preview these videos, and there will be more to come. So it's a nice initiative to be able to get information out to the residents, and looking forward to seeing the final product there. From the finance organization, the 2023 dog license renewals will be mailed in the beginning of January, and they can be renewed starting January the 16th. Just a reminder that your pet's rabies vaccine must be valid from October of 2023 or through October 2023, or a license cannot be issued. And finally, I'd like to congratulate Iron Peak. Last month, we had them in for an award here, recognition for the Somerset County Business Partnership as their Economic Vitality winner. Yesterday was the Somerset County Business Partnership's annual meeting, where Iron Peak was officially received their award. We'd like to congratulate them and their team for the award. And if you haven't had a chance to get over to their facility, I would highly encourage you to do so. It's really a tremendous place and a great addition to Hillsborough. One last item I'd like to address, and Mayor, thank you for bringing it up. We have a little bit of symmetry here on the dais today. We are swearing in two very capable candidates. I look forward to seeing all the great work that you guys will be doing going forward on the dais here. Congratulations, Committeeman Bring and Committeeman Rowe. You guys are going to be great. And as their term begins, mine will end. Today is my last meeting. December 31st will be my last day on the Township Committee. And I find it hard to believe I spent 15 years up here on this dais. It's been one of the great honors of my life to be able to serve up here for 15 years as your Township Committeeman, Deputy Mayor, and 5 times as Mayor. And I'd like to offer a heartfelt thank you to the citizens of Hillsborough for voting me in 5 times to serve on this board. I sincerely hope I've rewarded your faith in me these past 15 years. I'm really proud of the work that my colleagues and I have done on behalf of the residents of Hillsborough. I've had the opportunity to work with amazing people up here on this dais, people that I know are committed to doing the right thing for Hillsborough. And I appreciate all of the current colleagues that are up here, as well as some of my former colleagues, a few of them which are here today. Thank you very much for coming and being here tonight. When I first ran, I ran as a financial watchdog. I wanted to make sure that the township's finances were in good order. And some of you may disagree, but I leave here thinking that the township's finances are in pretty good order. And we have an amazing credit standing. And that's an area that I've really wanted to focus on. And I'm really proud of the work that we've done to make sure that this is a town that the finances are set. To all of my colleagues that I've worked with, the work we've accomplished has been significant. I don't want to go through all the stuff because there's too much to name over 15 years, but a couple of things. We've been named, you see the sign up front there, we've been named the best places to live in America numerous times. And that's a lot of the work that we've done, both with the people on the dais here and our employees have led to that. We removed the mercury stockpile, which was something really significant. Some of you have been around for a few years remember that. The bypass completion. We've done significant land acquisitions that have allowed us to build parks and areas that benefit all of the residents and keep some development out. We've had a master plan commence. As I noted before, we've got AA+ credit rating, just to name a few. And we also get to do some fun stuff while we're up here too. So lots of grand openings, as you saw, proclamations like some of the ones you're going to see tonight, where we get to recognize the amazing people we have here in Hillsborough, both students and adults, and the work that they do and the recognition that they get is a ton of fun. I've done hundreds of weddings, I can't tell you. I've lost count after a while, but it's one of the great things that we get to do, especially as you sit up in the mid chair. We've also had our share of crises. COVID, of course. We've had some terrible storms, Superstorm Sandy, that have wreaked havoc on our community. 5-alarm warehouse fires. What's been pushed down to us from Trenton as it relates to some of the loss of control of our development here in town. But we've been able to get through that stuff, not just because of the people here, but probably more importantly because of the tremendous employee base that we have here in Hillsborough. And for those of you that are here and those of you that will watch this video at some point, I hope you recognize and understand what a dedicated, unbelievable group of employees work in this municipality. My good friend, Anthony Ferrer, who I've known long before I came on this township committee, Ms. Borak, all the amazing department heads. The stuff that gets done in this town simply doesn't happen without the work they do. And they care. They want to make this place special. They work hard. They're diligent. And I hope everyone recognizes the effort that they put forth to make this one of the best places to live. Thank you to all of them. I've had the opportunity over 15 years to work with all of the groups multiple times. That's one of the benefits of being around for a while. And they're all amazing people. And I'm better for having worked with you, and the town is better for you being an employee here. So thank you all for that great work. Did I forget anybody? Finally, to my family. Being up here, serving for 15 years, there's been some times that some things I haven't been able to do. But I'd like to thank my wife, Renee, who's been incredibly supportive during my tenure here. She thinks she wants me home more often. I'm not sure she realizes what's going on, and maybe be careful what you wish for. But I'm going to be home a little bit more often now. And to my girls, Rebecca and Kristen, They were 8 and 5 when I started. They're sitting up front right there now. And they are amazing young ladies, and they've kind of seen me through this time up here. And I just want to thank you all for letting me do this for the last few years. Thank you all very much. It's been a great honor to serve this community. But I leave here knowing it's time for me to go. And I also leave knowing that the town is in incredibly capable hands from all the people that are sitting up here. So thank you all very much. That's all from me, Mayor.
Thank you, Frank. I know there's a few people on the dais want to make some comments. I'm going to start with the next senior person on the dais.
I'm not quite sure how that happened. And I think I'm still the youngest, which is kind of wild, but
Just by a little bit.
just by looks. Frank, Hillsborough has been incredibly lucky to have you serving us for the last 15 years. I think I could easily say that you've been my mentor since I joined 11 years ago. And you already outlined all the amazing things that we've done in this township. So I won't recap them, but thank you so much for everything, all the hours you've dedicated, all the crises that you've had to take over as the helm, for being that fiscal watchdog and questioning every dollar, even when I would say, can we buy this? And you'd say, no, there's not the money. Or even we didn't see eye to eye on things like my frequent posting on Facebook, which I slowly dragged Frank into the 21st century for that.
I did get there eventually. Yes.
It took 5 years, but we were able to do it. But honestly, just thank you on behalf of my family for everything you've done in Hillsborough and for making it just an amazing place to live. And to your family, thank you for letting us borrow Frank for all these years, for 15 long years. We're not giving them back completely, but you will get a lot more nights with them. So just thank you to you as well. And Frank, we're going to miss you up here. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, I don't want to upstage anything Doug just said, but I just wanted to say in short and sweet, I've been here for about a year or so, and hopefully here for a very long time. And Frank, you're the perfect example of what good looks like in this position. So I hope to aspire to do as well as you did over the years. So I just wanted to thank you for your guidance, and hopefully everybody recognizes how much effort and time it takes for someone to accomplish as much as Frank did when he was here in this position. It takes a lot of time and effort. So just thank you for everything you've done. Thank you. You got it.
Anything, Jim? Just met him. Just say, give him a fist bump. Frank, I'll keep it quick, but first got to work with Frank on the planning board and have for the last, 10 years plus. And when you become on the planning board as an elected official, it's even harder because you obviously sometimes are at the forefront of the slings and arrows. And Frank was always honest and truthful to the public, which I think is a testament to your character. And that's all you can ask in a public servant, is to be honest. And you've never been other than that. And that's what I learned from you the most is, you rip the Band-Aid off once and you don't have to apologize after that. And sometimes the truth hurts, but that's why we're here. It's not always sunshine and rainbows. And those are the hard parts about being here, but it is an honor to have worked with you. I hope to carry on your legacy and be pseudo fiscal watchdog. I don't think it would be like yourself. Ladies, he's yours. Enjoy him, I think, as Doug said, and thank you for the honor of having him with us. And we'll leave it with that. But I'd like to give one more last applause for Mr. Delcor. All right, that's it. I go. And in all truthfulness, though, the Rue family, if you wanted to leave, you're more than welcome. If you'd like to stay, you can stay. I know that you have young ones that have things to do, but he's not speaking anytime soon.
Mine already went home.
That's
Yeah,
right.
go to
You got
bed.
the 5-year-old
We're
to
going
go.
to bed. Yep.
I do have a few comments, and then we'll get into our numerous proclamations. Kind of an update on the Willow Road. engineering study. I know there's been some people who asked what the outcome of that was, and I'll give you, as I said to Frank, we'll rip the Band-Aid off and give you the truth, because that's what you deserve. Our traffic engineer conducted a study that had indicated that the Willow Road has been constructed in a capacity that can handle truck traffic. We will be looking into other options with the traffic engineer to determine if there are any other options, and will advise the public accordingly. And what does that mean? I'll expound a bit. So from an engineering standpoint, and if you live on Willow Road, and you compare that road to maybe Amwell Road, Triangle Road, 206, those roads are built very similarly. So they are, from an engineering standpoint, more than capable of handling truck traffic. And that's by law what we have to look at that to see. You can't just capriciously and arbitrarily look at a road and say no trucks. So that doesn't mean it's over with. We are still going to look and see what makes sense for that road, but you have asked what the outcome of that study was, and that's the outcome of the study. The 206 widening project, another bane of our township for now. The NJDOT continues to work towards the completion of the Route 206, Doctor's Way to Valley Road project, with safety as a #1 priority. Due to unforeseen complexities relating to utility work and relocation, the project's completion date has been delayed, if you haven't figured that out already. However, please be assured issues are being addressed while work continues, with an anticipated substantial completion date of fall of 2026. NJDOT will continue to address the future concerns of Hillsborough, its residents, the business owners, in a timely manner. All questions and concerns can be directed to Meredith Hammond in the Office of Community and Constituent Relations, and her phone number is 609-963-1982. And I will read that again.
That, man. There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
go.
Yeah.
Her name is Meredith Hammond, 609-963-1982. That's the year I graduated high school. Or via email, Meredith, I'll spell it, MEREDITH Hammond, HAMMOND @.nj.gov. We have already made plans to have another group meeting with the township and the representative from DOT in the early spring of next year to address any concerns or whatever else came up over the winter going into the spring. So that is already in the works. Administrator Ferrero was at the meeting, and we've made that completely clear that we are going to be meeting on a more regular basis to make sure we address concerns that we have with this project.
I swear that had nothing to do with me leaving, but the timing's pretty good.
Yeah. Nice out. All right, so on to some more happy things. I had the pleasure in being invited to meet with a group of young men, some Webelos and scouts from Webelos Den 2, Cub Scout Pack 1776. And it was basically just asking questions about our local government in Hillsborough, and which I have the pleasure, and the deputy mayor would tell you, and Mr. Thompson, Committee Thompson, that's one of the fun things that we get to do is when we interact with youth and kind of give our spiel, or not spiel, but into our insight to what community service can be, both on the public level. Which then goes to my next one, which is October 1st. We are annually invited to the Hillsborough Elementary School third grade group for a civics discussion, which is all of the third graders, and they come up with some pretty crazy questions about whether I go to the White House, or if if it's do I sleep at the municipal building? It's all fun, but it's part of what we do to educate our youth and to encourage them to be part of their community. And of course, as part of our community, last week we had a great turnout on December 2nd of our popular Christmas tree lighting. I believe a record number of residents came out to see the municipal complex decked out in lights, glorious Christmas tree. And I'm talking ex-Committeeman McCauley, that was her tree. While enjoying performances of some local dancers, mingling with favorite holiday characters, and of course seeing the Christmas tree and Santa himself, an opportunity to have some hot chocolate and just enjoy the evening as a community. We had some veteran awards and events. First of all, Hillsborough Township was honored by the New Jersey State Governor's Department of Veteran Affairs for its continued commitment to veterans and veteran causes. President Governor Murphy on Friday, November 11th at the Vietnam War Memorial in Homedale. The prestigious award given municipalities the opportunity to value and honor sacrifices, patriotism, and bravery displayed by those in the military. I always like swag, so Kaz, I'll put that up there. You can get a picture of it, but it doesn't fall. Towns are awarded points for specific initiatives, including providing veteran-only parking, recognizing veteran-owned businesses, honoring veterans on Memorial Day, Veterans Day, and other holidays, and volunteerism in veteran-related events. Hillsborough completed the required prerequisite requirements for the many veteran-related initiatives and was one of only 13 New Jersey communities to receive the prestigious honor. I was interject here. One of the things that is dearest to my heart, and also outgoing Deputy Mel Delcor, the veterans of our community are always in our forethoughts, and we've done everything. I'm sure Community Thompson too, and our new community have always valued our veterans, and we'll do anything we can to help them in recognizing their service. We're always honored to support and recognize our veterans, as we said, and we dedicate this award to all of Hillsborough veterans, past and present, and look forward to our continued support in the future. And then on Veterans Day, we honored our vets, as we always do. The annual Veterans Day ceremony was held inside due to inclement weather and was attended by myself as well as Deputy Mayor Frank Delcor, and Committeeman Doug Thompson. A special thank you to guest speaker VFW 8371 Commander Mike Schnaufnagel and all the Hillsborough Township guests and veterans who attended the ceremony. We had an additional remembrance this year, Pearl Harbor Day. Obviously, we all remember that day. Hillsborough committed Pearl Harbor Day on Thursday, December 7th, with a ceremony held at our senior activities room. I was honored to introduce VFW Commander again, Mike Schnaufnagel, who shared his observances of the occasion. Thank you again to the veterans who attended, along with the Hillsborough residents and employees. And then this past Saturday, the Rotary Club of Hillsborough, Operation Shoebox. If you're not sure what that is a project where they put a bunch of small items in a shoebox and ship it off to all the veterans that are serving overseas. As again held at the YMCA, and a team of community members and volunteers last Saturday packed about 500 boxes to send off to our vets. Sad to say, it was a little less than in the past. Obviously, coming off COVID, we're trying to get this back. But if you want more to know or know more about it, you can ask us or look up Operation Shoebox. I know that Frank was there with his wife, and he is a fixture at that event over the years, and the whole community. And it's they pack these up in about 3 hours, and they get shipped off to all these people overseas. And I'll give you a little tidbit of how it started. It started out as a Eagle Scout project for a scout named Rod Hirsch, if you might recognize his name. He's the author of the Tap into Hillsborough, and he's the one that runs that. So talk about a project. He has been doing this now for probably 50 years, this thing. And there's a little bit of an announcement I've had the pleasure to announce tonight. Excuse me, I'm going to take a little drink of water. I've been talking a lot. We are pleased to announce that the Hillsborough Dukes and the Hillsborough Junior Raiders Youth Sports Program will be merging effective January of 2023. Both organizations have a long history of success providing the youth of Hillsborough opportunities to grow, learn, and achieve as student athletes. As you may know, the Hillsborough Dukes were established in 1967, offering Pop Warner cheer and football to children in Hillsborough and surrounding towns. The Junior Raiders was founded in 1992 as an independent recreational youth organization offering tackle football, flag football, cheerleading, and lately field hockey, girls lacrosse, and track and field. Having similar missions of providing sport fundamentals and skills development, it only makes sense that these two youth sports organizations join forces and bring together coaches, volunteers, and a new board of trustees. The merger will provide strong, unified cheer, football, girls lacrosse, field hockey, track and field programs for Hillsborough families as well as families in the surrounding towns. With the efforts put forth by the past and present board members and the support of local businesses, all kids will have the opportunity to play sports, making Hillsborough a great place to raise a family. So before I go down, I'm going to ask Committeeman Thompson to come down, Committeeman Rue to come down. I know there's some people in the audience also that are ex-alumni of both Dukes and Junior Raiders. But that program has produced a lot of great people, some professional football players that you might see on the wall over here, some coaches, business leaders, a couple committeemen and mayors. So it teaches life skills about leadership, picking oneself up off the ground, and perseverance, which you can translate into anything you do in life. And I'll be the first one to show you this plaque right here. Keep the craziest things around. This is a plaque I received, Hillsborough Dukes first junior Pee Wee team, 1974. So I don't know if anybody's got anything older than that in this room, but
I got a cooler trophy from when I played.
you got a trophy. So
How's that?
we got second place. What's yours say?
Best.
So I'm going to ask anyone in the audience to come up from the Junior Raiders, Dukes, and the alumni, and we're going to have a group picture in support of this merger.
Anybody that did both, or one or the other.
Where's your jersey, man? No, just hang right here. Everybody listen to Pam. All right. So we got quite an array of different age groups here, but it just shows to the success of this program and the future success going forward. We do have a couple people who are going to speak on behalf of the Junior Raiders and Dukes. So I'll first hand off to you. We did.
All right.
James.
Sounds like
Good?
All right, so I wanted to thank the mayor. I wanted to thank the mayor and the township committee for taking the time to announce this, especially looking at this room. having us go first. Both organizations have experienced significant success as standalone organizations, and I just wanted to call that out. Starting, and I have to read this off because there's a whole lot of words here. The Dukes Junior, Pee Wee, and JV cheer teams, they both secured a first place earlier this year with the Central Jersey Pop Warner local and Garden State competitions. And the Dukes JV team placed first in Pee Wee Eastern Region, advancing to national cheer competition where they not only won first 2 years in a row, but also secured the highest score of all 498 teams that were there. Junior Raiders, youth and junior cheer competition teams recently placed first in both competition opener and Wildwood competitions, where the Junior Raiders youth cheer comp team was awarded grand champs, having the highest score as well. Looking back on football, the Junior Raiders 11U tackle football team are the 2022 AYF Conference champions. Congratulations. And the Dukes 14U tackle football team are 2020 Somerset County Cup champions. So writing this speech or this spiel, seeing the successes of both programs experienced as separate, it really does make you believe the sky's the limit when we're working together. This is a long time coming, and I am extremely excited to take part in this new chapter. So with that, I'd like to hand it off to Rob.
As Corey stated, it's been a long time coming, and it really truly has been. By working together as one unified organization, we'll become a powerhouse here in Hillsborough. Together, we will take Hillsborough youth sports to the next level, offering top-notch youth sports programs that include game day and competition cheer, flag football, co-ed flag football, tackle football, girls lacrosse, field hockey, and track and field, all led with one goal and one unified voice. We look forward to serving our youth athletes with the same persistence and determination as both legacy boards members have done in the past. The Legacy Board has set an extraordinary example, driving us to put our best foot forward, which will lead us to more great work in the years ahead. Thank you all to the past board members, their families, sports directors, and all the families from both the Dukes and the Junior Raiders organization for the continued commitment, dedication, and perseverance for our youth sports programs within the community. I also want to thank you again, Mayor, and the Township Committee for your time and support, and we're truly excited for the future of youth sports in Hillsborough. Thank you.
Okay. Pete Bridgewater. All right, that's right. All right, everybody go sit down now.
Do you want to just stay down there? And do your first proclamation? Yeah.
I got my game ball from Pete Bridgewater too.
All right, 12-0.
12-0.
All right, we have a few proclamations here, and then we'll allow the jet. Norris Hill Farm.
Wonderful Christmas display. It's just there. It was awesome. Yes. Good cookies. Actually did a nice job. Yeah.
So youth football is around since, what they say, 1960, whatever it was. But the Norris Hill Farm Market is celebrating its 100th anniversary. Rich and Debbie Norris, fourth-generation farmers, along with Rich Norris Sr., have farmed over 1,200 owned and leased acres for the past century. Norris Hill Farm and Market, LLC, has over the years exhibited its dedication and commitment to cultivating and supporting the agricultural community as a whole, while also adapting to unprecedented times with focus on safety and community engagement. Norris Hill Farm and Market LLC has evolved through the years from a dairy farm to year-round agritourism and direct marketing on the farm and in several communities. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, hereby congratulate Norris Hill Farm LLC for celebrating its 100th year anniversary. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I just want you to know that I haven't been here the whole 100 years. But it is an honor. It's an honor to be in Hillsborough. We do take our position in the community very seriously, and we also are very, very appreciative of Hillsborough Township because some of our peers from around the state have a little bit of a rough time with their townships, and Hillsborough is fantastic. So we applaud you guys and appreciate being here. So thank you.
Go ahead. Okay, I had to get some direction here from our director. Bob Matros. That's right. Longtime Hillsborough resident and Hillsborough business owner, Dr. Robert Matros has been a member of the Hillsborough Board of Health for over 30 years. Dr. Robert Matros is the owner of Chiropractic Care Office in Hillsborough. Dr. Robert Matros has also been the Wildlife Commission Chair for 18 years and past member of the Hillsborough Youth Soccer Commission and co-chair of the initial project graduation. The Mayor and Township Committee hereby are proud to have Dr. Robert Matros as a member of our community. Therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize Dr. Matros and thank him for his longtime service and contribution to the Board of Health. Congratulations. Thank you.
We'll keep it short and sweet. It's been a real honor to be on the board, and thank you for the award here. But it's also been nice to know that, it's a great satisfaction that you're part of what keeps Hillsborough a healthy community to live in. It was not Hillsborough Soccer, it was Hillsborough Youth Services.
I'll fix that.
When we brought project graduation to the township.
Yes. Bill Potter? Longtime Hillsborough resident, Bill Potter has been a member of the Hillsborough Board of Health since the mid-'80s. That's 1980s. Didn't want to make it too bad. Yeah, right. Bill Potter assisted the health department with development of the cutting edge programs such as current well interference testing criteria and review of cleanup and development plans of the former GSA depot. Bill Potter also participated in the living well and vaccination clinics over the years. Bill Potter has lived in Hillsborough for 44 years with his wife and 2 sons. He is a retired partner of an environmental consulting firm. The Mayor and Township Committee are proud to have Bill Potter as a member of our community. Now, therefore, be proclaimed that we, the Mayor of the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize Bill Potter and thank him for his longtime service and contribution to the Board of Health. Thank you very much, Bill.
Thank the mayor and Katie for recognition, and I appreciate it. Real quick, I had the luxury of living in the same street as Pete Biondi at an early neighborhood picnic. Biondi came up to me and said, how'd you like to be on the Board of Health? And at the time, I was traveling off of my job. I tried to say no, and just turned them on. I turned and looked at my Joan, and Joan said, Pete does not take no. Anybody who knows him knows Pete. That was a long time ago. Nelson's Corner was under construction. Both my kids were in grade school. The years have gone by quickly. I now have grandsons, people with college degrees. The town has changed dramatically. I'm very proud to serve on the Board of Health. I just want to point out Glenn Belmay, our former health officer back there, who was on the board with me. And we've done a lot of great things for the township, protected a lot of people, and I really appreciate the recognition. Very well.
Turn your proclamation around.
Turn the proclamation
Yes, families. Can't speak.
Thank you.
Dr. Schwerk? Lifelong Hillsborough resident and Hillsborough High School graduate, Dr. Charles Schwerk has been a member of the Hillsborough Board of Health for over 35 years. Dr. Charles Schwerk is a former owner of Hillsborough Veterinary Hospital and present owner of Sauerland Pelt Health, which provides veterinary house calls services. Dr. Charles Schwerk has been a participant in the Hillsborough rabies vaccination clinics for over 39 years. The Mayor and Township Committee are proud to have Dr. Charles Schwerk as a member of our community. Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the Mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize Dr. Charles Schwerk and thank him for his longtime service and contribution to the Board of Health. Back when we were young, you were the only act in town. And I remember going to vaccination clinics at the firehouse number 2, and they'd be lining up and you'd be shooting the dogs. But thank you so much to your family.
Well, thank you to the Mayor and Township Committee for this honor. It's been an honor to serve on the Board of Health. As mentioned, lifelong resident of Hillsborough, raised my family in Hillsborough, and it's been great to be on the board and be able to give back to the community that's given so much to myself and my family. It's been great to work with all the health department members over the years. Dr. Belnay's been mentioned, and Siobhan, and everyone we've worked with, as well as all the board members over the years. And I hopefully will continue to be able to serve for quite some time. Thank you.
The 2022 Hillsborough High School girls volleyball team.
All right. What was your record? What was your record? You don't even know your record? Seniors. Come on now. No? Oh.
I have to look online. I don't understand.
The 2022 Hillsborough High School girls volleyball team had a very successful season because of their hard work and dedication. This is kind of a repeat from last year. The 2022 High School girls volleyball team are the Somerset County champions, finishing with an 8-6 Skyline Conference record and a number 5 seed in Central Jersey Group 4. The 2022 Hillsborough High School girls volleyball team consisted of head coach Cheryl Ione, assistant coach Jack Casey, and assistant coach Dave King, and the following young athletes.
Emily Margellas,
Claire Marcinic,
Courtney Bordenero,
Barry Towett,
Eileen Shria, Giselle Galera,
Reagan Parag, Cynthia Lay,
Shravya Cherabu, Neha Talpati, Saranya Shivashankar,
Lizzie Ju, Ria Chawla.
Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby commend the Hillsborough High School girl volleyball team, Coach Ione, and parents, not only for the successful season, but for their hard work and dedication and commitment to the sport and to those principles of good sportsmanship, teamwork, academic achievement, which the organization endorses. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, committee. And personally, congratulations, Jimmy. Known you for years and
Yep.
really happy to see you up there.
Congrats, Coach. We were just saying, all you do is win. Keep it up.
We try. And more importantly, congratulations to these young ladies for an outstanding season. We had a goal in mind, was to go out there and compete and win the county championship, and we did it in grand fashion, and I'm really proud of the group of girls, and they well deserved. Thank you again.
Continuing the Hillsborough dominance, which we love.
That's right.
Right, Coach? Cross-country team. Girls cross-country team, to be specific.
You guys should be sprinting.
Much smaller group. You put a couple on this side. Spread out. Oh, looks so happy. The 2022 Hillsborough High School girls cross-country team had a very successful season because of their hard work and dedication. The 2022 Hillsborough High School girls cross-country team are the Skyline Conference champions, the Delaware Division champions, the Somerset County champions, and qualify the New Jersey State Group Championship. This team captured the first Somerset County championship since 2015 and the 11th in program history. The 2022 Hillsborough High School girls cross-country team consisted of head coach Rich Reefy and the following young athletes.
Leanna Dudajek,
Sabrina Sardar,
Anna King,
Emily Miller,
Lauren Banker.
Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby commend the Hillsborough High School girls cross-country team, Coach Reefy, and parents, not only for their successful season, but for their hard work, dedication, and commitment to the sport, and to those principles of good sportsmanship, teamwork, and academic achievement which the organization endorses. Congratulations. Coach.
Thank you, Mayor LaPage, and to the committee. I would also like to say congratulations to Jimmy Rue. I've known him for many years. I guess there weren't many expectations for this team, and the first thing I noticed was they were coming in the summer, for many a year. I'm like, we could be pretty good. I kept trying to tell them that, and no one really believed me, so it was a lot of fun because there were no real expectations. First conference week was big. There's 5 teams ranked in the top 15, and we were an unranked team, and we took them all down. So it was a lot of fun the whole year. And I give the girls credit because, again, I don't think they expected much, but they still did everything I asked, and were able to achieve and have a great season.
All right. Go do homework, right? Almost done. The 2022 Hillsborough Middle School varsity field hockey team. Okay. So the 2022 Hillsborough Middle School varsity field hockey team had a very successful season because of their hard work and dedication. The 2022 Hillsborough Middle School varsity field hockey team are the 2022 Central Jersey Junior Field Hockey Champions and had an undefeated season with a record of 9-0. The field hockey team outscored their opponents 53-4.
Wow.
With several team members making the middle school all-star scoring and points lists. The 2022 Hillsborough Middle School varsity field hockey team consists of head coach Carlin Dunn and team managers Jules Denuzzo and the following young athletes.
Morgan DeGancy, Katie Falk, Megan Vogt, Jean Rodriguez, Juliana Sabo, LaRue, Anna Antonelli, Sarah Lewis, Serafina Herb Wagner, Emily Lewis, Casey Timmer, Jessica McKelvey, Vanessa Lamar.
Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and the Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby commend the 2022 Hillsborough Middle School varsity field hockey team, Coach Carlin Dunn, and the parents, not only for a successful season, but for their hard work, dedication, commitment to the sport, and to those principles of good sportsmanship, teamwork, and academic achievement, which, of course, the organization endorses. Coach?
So thank you, Mayor and the committee. We're really happy to be here, and it's a real honor to be, noticed for all the great things we did. As noted, they put up staggering numbers this year of 53 goals to 4 against. So that's pretty outstanding. So they're obviously phenomenal athletes, but even more so, they're wonderful people. And it's been a real honor and privilege to coach them, as most of them are moving on to the high school next year. And the future of Hillsborough field hockey is very bright. So thank you so much.
Perfect. That's well organized. They let up 4.
Yeah, parents' turn. Jim's daughter's. Switch.
Thank you.
Who's the goalie? I want to know who the goalie is.
Our goalies?
Yeah.
Jess and Casey.
Nice. Nice. Only 4
Solid.
goals. That's awesome.
Remember, be Bridgewater.
Yeah. Before too many.
Mayor.
No. No.
He's in the back. Yeah.
He's in the back. All right, we got one more, and it kind of precluded a little bit, but we got to honor a man that's sitting up behind me that's about an hour and a half or so. Hopefully, he'll be home, and we All right, so Frank, come on down.
You guys are in pictures.
I know.
Guys.
He wants to.
Different one on this end, the other end of the thing, right?
Yeah.
It only took 15 years. Well, that's all. All right. So you've heard all about Frank, but we're gonna expound a little bit more. Deputy Mayor Frank Delcor has served as a productive, devoted, and big word for you, exemplary member of the Hillsborough Township Committee for 5 terms. Deputy Mayor Frank Delcor was first elected to the Township Committee November 6, 2007, and has served the community for 15 years. Frank served as mayor in 2009, 2010, 2013, 2016, and 2019, and as deputy mayor in 2008 and right now. Probably the shortest deputy mayor stint in history. There was a couple in the middle there? Yeah, I'm sure. Frank has served with distinction and dedication as liaison through the years to the Capital Planning Committee, Recreation, Police, Rescue Squad, Emergency Management, Economic and Business Development, Municipal Alliance, Historic Preservation, Planning Board, Sign Review Committee, and the Sustainable Hillsborough Commission. Frank has lived in Hillsborough for 21 years with his wife, Renee, and his 2 lovely daughters, Rebecca and Kristen. Of course. He wrote it. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that we, the mayor and Hillsborough Township Committee, do hereby recognize Deputy Mayor Frank Delcor for his outstanding service to the residents of Hillsborough and as a member of the Hillsborough Township Committee. Be it further proclaimed that the fellow members of the Hillsborough Township Committee thank Deputy Mayor Frank Delcor for his service to the residents of Hillsborough and wish him well in all his future endeavors, and that Rutgers might actually win a football game. Congratulations. So we do have a couple of parting gifts. This is our first one. I'll hold that. It's all the unused business cards.
No, that's going for Christmas. Oh.
Great.
Congratulations, Frank. So that was from the taxpayers of Hillsborough. I was sitting and talking to everybody, and 15 years is a pretty good milestone. And I think a little bit more than pens or a clock I thought was needed to commemorate your term of service. And the newest thing, whenever you go to commemorate anyone famous, you got to have your own bobblehead. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Frank Delcor Bobblehead Night. And watch, how about taxes? No. Frank, in all sincerity, thank you very much.
Bobblehead night at Hillsborough. Nice.
Should all have one, mate.
You want to take a family photo? Come on, ladies. Everybody. All right.
Go in? Yep.
First. No, it's right there. It's right there. Yeah. Oh, sorry. And then the other one.
All right, yep. So, do presentations.
Okay, we're getting closer. We have a couple presentations. First off, David Coyce and Susanna coming up. And anyone else who's here from our sustainable
Hey, Vic,
committee?
Victor, come on up, man.
And of course, our Met fan. Come on up.
Come on up. Come on.
Hillsborough Township, I'm proud to say, has once again achieved silver certification as one of 81 municipalities that have attained certification in 2022. Sustainable Jersey participating communities represent over 82% of the state's municipalities. This is the 8th year in a row that Hillsborough has achieved silver certification. In fact, Hillsborough continues to be the most certified town in Somerset County and the second most certified town in all of New Jersey. Notable actions for which the township received credits towards in 2022 recertification included the public electric vehicle charging infrastructure for its municipal complex charging station, which we mentioned previously, building healthier communities with its mayor's wellness program, buy fresh, buy local programs with Hillsborough Harvest, reusable bag education program, emergency communications plan, and improving public engagement in municipal government and planning and zoning. You can see the press release regarding this achievement in tomorrow's e-news to describe everything we've done. But I think Anthony has pressed this from when he started years ago, and it's really, you go there and we're almost got one person to beat that we got in our town to get number one. Right now we're number 2, so that's what we're striving for. It's on you.
No, it's on Susanna.
It's on Susanna too.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Township Committee, and past and present. There's some really important people in this room that were part of when this program first started. Just to give you a little bit of brief history, the Sustainable Initiative started way before I got here in 2006 when they established a steering committee. And the Sustainable Jersey program was started in 2009. And Hillsborough was one of the pioneer towns part of that program. I've been really fortunate and honored to be a part of it for the 11 years that I've been working for the town. I'm really excited about where we have taken the program, and I'm excited as I pass the torch and to see where the program goes in the future.
So I just want to add that I think a lot of the acknowledgement needs to go to the committee, along with the commission that we have and the township employees, because it does take a lot of effort. But I'm very proud that Hillsborough is part of Sustainable Jersey.
Okay.
Good job, guys. Oh, you guys want to hold it? Oh, yeah, we want a picture. Daddy's got it. Noah's got it. And Yankees. Good job, guys.
Okay, so the NJ MMA scholarships presentation, Administrator Ferrera, Township Clerk Pamela Bork, and Jamie Ceruto are here to accept the awards. We gotta give Anthony a couple minutes to get here. He's on 1.5 wheels.
We want to get his award there. So on behalf of NJMMA, which is New Jersey Municipal Managers Association, I wanted to award this. He's only one of 3 in the state that has this internship award for process improvement. But I really want to turn over to Pam
who leads the internship program here in the township, and also put in Jamie to talk a little about the award. But it's a great accomplishment here. Pam? All yours now.
Thank you. It's a great opportunity for interns across the state to be recognized by NJMMA. So we are so fortunate that we had some really great interns this summer, and we were able to submit Jamie, and he won for a process improvement that he worked with a couple departments here. And one of the ones that was recognized that he worked on was something that, in fact, it was mentioned in a meeting earlier today, was with the rec department and streamlining the whole scout process for Boys Scouts and Girl Scouts to submit their projects online. So we were really happy to do that. And he did a bunch of work in administration as well as the building department. So I just want to say thank you to Jamie, and I want to thank NJMMA for their support of the internship program this year.
And he also received $1,500 too. He doesn't know that, so he just found it.
I want to thank the Mayor and Township Committee for the honor to be here today. And thank you so much to Anthony and NJMMA and Pam for giving me this opportunity. I love this community, being here this summer and spending time here and seeing everybody's honors tonight. Y'all are doing something right, and I was happy to be a part of it. But thank you so much to NJMMA and Anthony and Pam for allowing me to be a part of this whole staff. And I'm so excited to continue my work in local government. Local servants are what keeps this state going, with local control. And I'm so proud to be receiving this tonight. Thank you.
No. Like I'm on a band now. So we're going to let anyone who'd like to leave now. And then we're going to have our health department give if you'd like to stay, a summary for the local health grant that we're working on. So we'll take a quick 2-minute for those who'd like to scoot. I'm sure you've seen enough of these. And then we'll have our health department get up and make the presentation.
Welcome to the Assessor's Office. I'm Deborah Blaney, the Hillsborough Assessor. In this department, we are responsible for valuing all the properties within Hillsborough Township. We implement an annual reassessment program that is approved by the State Division of Taxation. All properties are inspected once every 5 years, but the property values can change every year based on market trends. The Deputy Assessor will give more specifics on what is involved in a reassessment inspection, and you can also refer to our webpage and check out our FAQ and reference to the program. There is also a link to the current tax list where you can look up the value of all properties within Hillsborough. Another function of our office is to distribute and accept applications for deductions such as qualifying veterans, seniors, disabled veterans, and several other deductions. Please visit our webpage to see if you qualify for any deductions. Lastly, I would like to mention that the Assessor's Department is not associated with tax payments and tax bills. If you need assistance with tax payments, we will refer you to the Collector's Office. For more information, go to hillsborough-nj.org or click on the links below. Now the Deputy Assessor will discuss what is involved with the reassessment inspection of your property.
Hi, I'm Betsy Hollenbach. I'm the Deputy Assessor in Hillsborough Township. Hillsborough, like most of Somerset County, runs an annual reassessment program, which means that once every 5 years, an inspector will come to your property to inspect the interior and exterior. Prior to them coming to the property, you will receive a letter from our office stating that the inspector will be there in the following weeks. The letter will also state that if you prefer to call our office and set up a particular appointment, you may certainly do so. When the inspection is performed, the inspector will walk through the property with you and confirm that the information we have is accurate. Once the inspection interior is done, they will perform the outside by taking measurements of the exterior of the property and any exterior amenities. They will also take a picture of the exterior of the home. The inspection will take approximately 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the size of the property. If you're not home or it is not a good time when the inspector arrives, they will leave a note and you can contact our office to make an appointment at an exact time. If an interior inspection is not performed, the property will be estimated following the state guidelines, and it may not reflect the true attributes of your property, which affects the assessed value. As the assessor mentioned, please visit our website for more details and information regarding frequently asked questions. Go to hillsborough-nj.org or click on the links below.
Strengthening Local Health Grant. It'll be presented by our Board of Health, so I will call on Siobhan and her to do our presentation. And Lisa.
I'll introduce myself, it's okay. I'm doing the presentation. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Lisa Harrison-Gullah. I've been working both on the Hillsborough Board of Health, of which Frank actually called me up and appointed me to it. And I've also been working on our Hillsborough Community Outreach team for a couple of years now since we had the initial grant. So we were given grant funding in December 2020 in response to the COVID pandemic. This funding has been continued through June of 2023. Also, in addition to our Strengthening Local Public Health Capacity grant, we've been given a vaccination supplemental funding grant, which has been allowing us to address the vulnerable populations or the disproportionately affected populations of Hillsborough, which have included our elderly, our youth, our younger at-risk populations, our homebound, as well as our migrant workers that are in throughout the town as well. So what we needed to do, one of the initial things is we had to do a rapid public health assessment, and then we had to update it every year, and we need to share that with the public. So in September of 22, we did our most recent update, and we have been able to add to our focus. It's not just for COVID-19 now. We're allowed to use the grant funding to address influenza. We've also chosen tick-borne illnesses, as well as some other local health disparities for future planning. Most recently, we've started addressing and adding on RSV because we've had a number of outbreaks of RSV in, throughout the state, in the town, but similar to throughout the state. So we have to define and categorize our populations that are disproportionately affected by this, as I mentioned, and then summarize our key findings. So what we do is we have a collaborative team that helps us review and update all of our data sources. We solicit feedback from that collaborative team. Our key leaders on the team are representatives from the Hillsborough Millstone Municipal Alliance, our high school principals and school nurses, faith-based leaders, social services, Hillsborough Social Services, our business advocate, recreation, and we've also had recently members from long-term care facilities as well as daycares join our collaborative as well. So you can see here, I'm not going to read all of this, but we know that COVID has had quite an impact on us physically, physical health, mental health, education was impacted, employment was impacted, which all of that ends up impacting our economy and as a whole in the state. We've also, as you heard, some of the social services programs were impacted. And what we've focused on is addressing community resources and reducing those impacts across our town, which has been really wonderful to see how it's worked. And we're actually, you'll see for ethnic and racial disparities, that there are disproportional impact on the Latino population. And one of the things I will say that we are very proud of is we have one of the highest rates in the state of vaccination amongst our Latino population. And so that's something we've been doing really well and really wonderful outreach across our team. So you can see here, about 12% of our population has received the bivalent booster, so that's our current focus right now. People without a recent booster are technically vaccinated but not considered protected from the virus. And obviously, as we're going into the holiday season, we want to make sure people are protected. And you can see, as I just mentioned about the Latino or Hispanic population, 7.6% of our township population is Hispanic and 7.1% of our vaccinations have been given to the Hispanic population. So that's actually something, as I mentioned, pretty proud of. Influenza, we know that that has a major health impact. We know that one of the things we've been concerned about throughout the pandemic has been a twindemic. So we've been very conscious about working on getting people vaccinated for the flu, and I mentioned RSV as well. And if you want to jump in at any time that I missed anything, let me know. So what we've been working on is once we did the rapid assessment, we always are updating our action plan. And so we are hosting flu clinics along with our COVID clinics. You can have either vaccine. Actually, as you mentioned today, we have 2 vaccine clinics this week on the 15th and the 16th, where you can get the flu shot and the bivalent or the bivalent booster. And if you come, you can actually enter to win a $20 gas card, right? $50 gift card for gas. 20 people, $50. That's right.
We did this in collaboration with Power Somerset.
Yes.
Because they had received funding also, and they needed a way to get it out, so we combined our efforts.
Right. So and that's part of what we do. And I apologize, I forgot to mention, Power Somerset has been a founding member of our collaborative as well. We've also been partnering with other local organizations. One of the other ones we've had a really wonderful relationship that has grown is with Reckitt Benckiser, and so they've been really appreciative. We've been working with Samantha and our business advocate to get information out to restaurants and other businesses on how they can protect themselves, their employees, and then subsequently our residents. So again, you can see our percent positive. We've definitely had a little bit of a spike. We're kind of holding steady right now. We're hoping it stays that way, but I'm not sure. We have another month or two of flu season. Our tick-borne illnesses, we're not doing anything right now about it, obviously, but we worked very hard this summer to promote prevention messages around tick-borne diseases. They were actually that was something that we saw was very well received across the town. We did it at the Rotary Fair, at a couple other events, and people were very excited to get that information. which if you ever saw a tick, I would not be, but they were.
Yeah, there's a lot of new tick-borne illnesses that are out, and people really need to be careful.
So yeah, so we've been working on that. And so I kind of really went over most of our action plans. One of the other things that we're trying to focus now is as we hopefully get to the end of this, we go to the next phase, which is starting all over again with preparedness. Hopefully we're prepared so that we can continually prevent future issues or be ready to respond. So this summer we did do an after action report meeting. We're still waiting on putting that document together. We're waiting for a few more pieces of information, but we've been working on an after action report, designing some of our guides and documents for emergency preparedness for the future, updating them. We continue to connect our residents to social support services, doing at-home visits for vaccines as needed. We update our resource directories, and we're continuing with our data collection and assessments. And so the next phase, just want to mention really quick, is there will be another batch of funding that'll be coming out for enhancing local health capacity. So that is another one you're going to be hearing about very soon. And that's a nice sum of money because it's been really nice to see that local health is recognized for their needs and what they do every day, and being frontline, behind the scenes frontline workers most often. So get your flu shot, get your COVID booster, and if you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. Thank you. See, and I didn't even do the 45 minutes like I said.
We still got 35 more minutes. Thank you, Lisa. For record, is there any, I know we just had a COVID and flu shot on the other day. Is there another one anytime soon?
This Thursday and this Friday here at the municipal building, we're holding them as well because we're trying to get as many people boosted before the holidays hit.
Especially our seniors. Yes.
So Thursday and Friday here.
To be specific, December 15th from 3 to 6 p.m.
There you
The
go.
one on Friday is 4 to 6.
4 to
4 to
6. Yep.
6. No appointment required, just show up. Or you prefer appointment?
We prefer them, but if they do come, that's fine. But you can go online to our Hillsborough site and you can register there, which actually makes it much smoother transition right in to your vaccine. So
You collaborate with Dr. Frank, and you has to count how much vaccine, I'm sorry. He has to count the amount of vaccine that he needs to bring, so we get a general idea if people sign up. And also, we also collaborate with Hillsborough Pharmacy. So they both need to know a general number of how
Okay.
much vaccine to bring.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
No, good job.
Anyone from the public with any questions? Okay.
Mayor, can I just want to, for those of you that may not know, obviously, over the last couple of years, our health department, obviously, all health departments have been really just working around the clock for 2.5 years now, as we've gone through the COVID process. So I just want to thank Siobhan, you and your team, and as well as the volunteers on our Board of Health and everybody that helps contribute to this. It's been an incredible effort that, especially early on, when we were the incredible tracking that was going on. But it's nice to see that there's a funding plan and vision to how we're going to move this forward. So thank you for all your work you've done over the last forever, but in particular the last couple of years.
Thank you again. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Siobhan. Okay, so I didn't say this at the end, but as always, you can stay connected with all events and more via the Wednesday e-newsletter. Be sure to follow and like the official Hillsborough Township Facebook page and Twitter, TV 29, the Hillsborough YouTube channel, and the Hillsborough Alerts for traffic and emergency notifications. All right. There's no new business at this time. What I would ask if we could, with the consent of my colleagues, in an effort to get some people here out of here and home, I would like to ask the colleagues to consent to move consent agenda items 1 and 2 only up to the next item of business. May I have a motion to approve items 1 and 2?
So moved, Mayor.
Thank you. We have a second.
It's your last night. Go for it.
Well, give me a little chance there. All right. So any comments from the dais? Mr. Ferrer?
Thank you, Mayor.
We know that Mr. Carney, Kyle, who's going to be our part-time IT assistant, has plenty of patience. He's been here for almost 3 hours. I got here around 6:30. So we're happy to have him join the team. Also with our assistant IT director as well. I appreciate Frank being here tonight with him as well. So we look forward to him joining the team. And as you mentioned, they can leave because they have to be back here tomorrow, start work. So welcome to the team. Great experience. And I know under Frank's tutelage, great things will happen. So IT is extremely important, not only for the township and its residents and businesses, but all the employees, and making sure not only our IT is safe, but as well as the telephony and internet and everything else we have here as well. So welcome aboard, and thank you both. Also, I know the chief is happy to add Janet Cole as our substitute school crossing guard. Very key positions to have in town, sometimes difficult to fill. So welcome Janet aboard as well, crossing guard. I don't want to speak for the chief in the back, but I know the chief's happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from Dave? Okay, any comments from the floor on 1 and 2 only? Okay, seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Britting?
Yes.
Committeeman Rowe?
Abstain.
Committeeman Thompson?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delport?
Yes, welcome.
And Mayor LaPlante?
Yes, welcome.
Congrats.
And
Congrats.
we'll see you tomorrow. You're free to go. Okay, we'll move on back to our normally scheduled program. This will be public comment on new business and matters not on the agenda. Ms. Bork, please read the statement regarding public comment.
The Township Committee welcomes input from the public. Please state your name and address, and please spell your name for the record. You will be given 1 3-minute allotment for your comments. Please understand that this public forum is not structured as a question and answer session, and comments are to be addressed to the mayor. Again, please keep your comments to 3 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, any questions or comments? As Ms. Bork said, not on tonight's agenda. Please come up. As always, state your name and address for the record.
Maria Janusik, 720 East Freck Avenue, Manville, New Jersey. I'm also a Hillsborough Township property owner, Block 86, Lot 3, 2155 Camp Plain Road. Good evening. A question regarding the Mindell property that was purchased, I think it was the end of last year by the governing body of Hillsborough. From what I remember, we were told that the purchase of the Mindell property was for the purpose of preventing affordable housing being built on it. I just wanted to find out if there had been a deed restriction placed on that property to prevent it from being purchased by developers and for affordable housing.
There isn't, but being that we own the property, we control what the use is.
Okay, but as officials leave, there's no documentation of why this was purchased, and so things can change if there's no restriction on there. I was at the planning board meeting last week, and there was a woman who wanted to add 5 acres to her property, and she was told she needs to either put a deed restriction on it, or there was a lot of complicated stuff with all she wanted to do was just add 5 acres from a neighbor who was selling the property. So this $14 million purchase should have I would think would have some kind of deed restriction, because there was a specific purpose for purchasing this. And now the Hillsborough taxpayers are in debt for $14 million. So it was just purchased with no kind of additional stipulations or anything?
I'm turning,
Can I? So, just to be clear, it wasn't purchased explicitly to stop affordable housing, but the process of purchasing it effectively does that. So there are other things that down the road we may decide we want to do with that property. It could go into open space. It could be deed restricted. It could be turned into some other type of municipal use. But it's not. It wasn't for the express purpose of. We didn't buy it for the reason to stop affordable housing. But it does allow us to stop development because it takes property off the rolls of open space that could be, or developable property that could be done down the road. So I just want to make sure, because your language is a little imprecise, and I just want to make sure we're clear that, there's still decisions to be made ultimately about what will happen with that property. But since we control it, at some point, a decision will have to be made about what we're going to do with that.
Okay, because I understand, saying that you have control of it. The Sherman property was also purchased, by the township, and I know you were saying it was for affordable housing, but this has nothing. And as people leave, whoever comes in next can do whatever they want with it. And you're talking $14 million. That's a lot of money, and we have no guarantees of anything that affordable housing or anything can come in unless there was some kind of specific reason to purchase this property. Also, the M&M Realty, I have a question on that because they were just approved. They just got approval of their application. They're an intervener in the affordable housing. And I wanted to find out if the township has sold the second parcel of the Sherman tract
No,
to M&M?
not yet.
Not yet, but it will be sold to them.
Once they come in with a plan.
I'm sorry?
They have to come in with a plan. That's the next phase.
Okay, and that property will be sold for $1 also, like the initial first parcel was sold to RPM?
More than likely.
More than likely for $1. Now, once this affordable housing is built, who gets the revenue from the affordable housing?
Well, then who, mean the rent?
The owner of the project.
Who gets
Yeah, it goes to the vendor. Yeah.
So M&M Realty could buy that for $1, and then they would be getting the rental from those properties, which could be close to like $1 million a year?
Well,
But they have the
reduced
cost
rent.
to build it.
Yeah, they got to pay all the cost to build it, all the cost to maintain it, and then they get it is a reduced rent. It's not market rate. So, but yes, it's part of.
And it's deed restricted for 30 years.
Right.
The alternative is
and I don't know
we
where the
own the
million
property
being
and we could
comes
pay to build the affordable housing, but I don't think you want us to do that. So we partner with the developer. We have the land. They're going to develop it, and it helps us meet our affordable housing obligations.
But they're also.
It's a process we wish we didn't have to go through, but we've got affordable housing requirements, and this is a easy way or a efficient way for us to go ahead and meet our obligations.
Time's up, but it also reduces the total number of units that has to be built to meet that number.
So, okay. So, but this is not like they're doing anyone a favor because they're going to be making a lot of money and they're also getting a 30-year tax break.
Well, I don't say a lot of money, but it's part of the plan that we have to do. So it's part of the business. Thank you.
Okay, so two developers each got properties that, were these properties appraised?
I believe the word you said.
Yes,
Thank you.
I know you want to make it seem like there's something nefarious here. and-
I'm not saying nefarious, I'm asking,
I'll be
I'm just
less than
asking a
honest if I
question.
said I haven't enjoyed our back and forth periodically, so I'm going to miss some of this sometimes. I hope sometimes there's a little bit of benefit that, and you don't always assume the worst. In this case, there's property that we own, and in order to help facilitate the process, yes, we're going to turn it over to the developers, and then they've got the cost to build it. So there's nothing hidden, there's nothing secret, it's not a backroom deal. It's the way it has to be done to allow us to build the affordable housing.
I'm not saying any of that, I'm just asking questions because that property borders mine. There's a lot of wetlands and all that stuff that property wasn't developed for years and years because of those reasons. And then the governing body bought that property for almost $3 million. And now two developers are going to get,
We
for
bought
a
that
dollar
property
each. They're going
30
to
years
get,
ago.
they're going to, what?
We bought that property 30 years ago.
No, you bought that property in 2018.
No.
You bought that property in 2018. That was done by Attorney Eric Bernstein. They have resolutions and all that stuff. That was bought in 2018 specifically for the purpose of building affordable housing on it. There are
Okay, well,
resolutions.
I know
there's
that
a
it was
plan.
that it was approved for development years ago. Your time is up, and you've been to every planning board meeting regarding that application and asked the same questions and been given the same answers that you ask now.
No, I'm not
Yes.
asking the same
Yes,
question.
you are.
I
More
asked-
than
I
generous
asked-
with
Mayor,
time.
this is
I-
not,
I
Mayor,
asked
respectfully,
if-
Mayor,
I asked
this is
if
not a
M&M
question and answer period as
As
was
I see
read
it.
by Ms. Bork at the beginning, just like as the
Right.
Board of
And I just
Education,
asked if
just as the
M&M
Board of Education,
what-
just
if
as the Board of
M&M
it,
was-
just
was
as the
sold
Board
that
of
property
Education
yet
does,
for
this is
$1.
not a question and
Thank
answer
you.
period. We've been
Time
over,
is up.
and I've sat in
At
this
what-
seat and I've heard you say the exact same question. And
What
respectfully,
was the exact
we've
same
answered you time and time again
I'm sorry.
on this exact,
I
and we've
asked
answered you again,
M&M
which is
got
not even
approval of their
permissible
application,
during
and
this
I
point of
asked
time.
if
So at this time,
body
Mayor, I'd like to make a
sold
motion that we
that
close
parcel
public
of
comment
property
and move
for
on to the
$1.
next
I didn't
agenda.
ask
So
that
can I get a
question
second on
before.
my motion?
You repeatedly tell me the same things
We-
that
we
you
have a
heard
first and
my
second,
question,
Mayor.
Time is
which
up.
I think is very, very rude.
Thank you. Any other questions, public?
Mayor, and if I could state, I've stated this before on the record, it is not uncommon. If you check out other municipalities throughout the state of Jersey, it is not uncommon at all for a municipality to purchase a property and then turn it over to a developer for $1 so they can build a 100% affordable project. Happens all the time. It's not uncommon.
I know, we've said that too. Sir, in the back? Did you want to say something? You're the only other public here. The other guy's a security guard.
Hello and good evening. My name is Sean Glennon. I'm returning here, doing a little bit of a follow-up since July I was here. And again, I'm Sean Glennon. My wife, Kiel, and I live on Van Arsdale Drive. And back in July, I addressed the dais and the committee about the 3 islands that traverse Hillsborough Road over to Bleak Drive. And I'm just back tonight to acknowledge the work that was done. Maybe the next time I come back here, hopefully I can bring some of the folks that live amongst Van Arsdale, Dilts, and Nevins Court to also acknowledge and appreciate the work the township did. It really, really turned out great. I've been here since 1996. I've been to quite a few of these committee meetings here, township meetings, and it's always interesting how this dais is usually peppered and badgered with questions, overanalyzed, if you will. Rarely do we see people come back and acknowledge a job well done and say thank you. So that's all I got here tonight. Thank you very much for addressing the need on Van Arsdale. It really turned out fantastic. Thank you again. And good luck, Frank. Appreciate
very
everything
much.
you've done for the last 15 years here in Hillsborough as well.
Thanks for your kind words and great job by our Public Works Department.
They did a great
The
job.
effort that they put forth to get that cleaned up.
Thank you, Mr. Glennon.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Yeah, Mayor, I just wanted to mention, and thank you for coming up and letting us know that Rich Reserve, when you come to the microphone, I called Rich the next morning and put together a plan with his guys and did a great job. So I do appreciate
Yeah, when
coming
I was
back.
here that evening, they were out the very next day.
Correct. So we try to be responsive
That was
24 hours.
greatly appreciated and acknowledged.
Thank you.
So, thank you again. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Good night. Thank you.
All right, so that closes public comment. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Mayor, motion to approve consent agenda items 3 to 42.
So moved.
Thank you. We have a second.
Second.
Any comments from the dais on items 3 through 42? Seeing none. Any comments from the floor on items 3 through 42? We could ask, please be mindful of it's a long agenda. If you have specific ones, to ask questions specific to that item number.
Okay. Maria Janusik, 720 East Park Avenue, Manhattan, New Jersey. Consent number, I don't know if I have them in order. Consent number 13, resolution authorizing refund of tax overpayments. On this list, there's 3 at the bottom. It says name Royce Brook. Who is, or what does that refer to? Because one of them is a amount of $26,914.28. What is Royce Brook? What is that?
Royce Brook is probably the golf course.
Yeah, it's lot 183.
Mhm.
Block. That's got to be
But
what that is.
if there's a specific question regarding that, you would have probably best to ask our tax assessor or
Okay, so
tax collector.
So those 3 refunds would be to the golf course, to the Royce Golf Course?
I would imagine so because of the fact that I don't know them at Roycebrook, but to be honest, if you have a specific question on those, I would check with them.
Okay, consent number 17, resolution confirming the issuance of bond anticipation notes in the amount of $921,877 to Amboy Bank. What are these bond anticipation notes referring to? What was this finance? What did this finance?
So this is a consolidation of debt that we have to one note.
Consolidation of debt of what?
These are consolidation or rollover of debt that we have to one specific entity of that amount to one bond, Amboy Bank.
So there were expenses that were consolidated?
Correct.
So
No, there were notes that were consolidated. Notes that were consolidated. Expenses we already had.
All right, so this doesn't say what notes were consolidated, so that would be something again from Nancy Costa?
Yes.
But Mayor, just to confirm, I just looked it up, that is Roycebrook. That's the lot block for Roycebrook.
Okay.
Golf course?
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, and then those bonds, that's, all right, consolidation of something. Consent number 28, resolution authorizing rebidding for 2023 professional services. You received no bids. Who was the prior Board of Adjustment attorney for this year?
Again, those are done at their own, the Board of Adjustment attorney was Mr. Anderson, Mark Anderson.
I'm sorry.
Mark Anderson.
So Mr. Anderson didn't bid for the following year?
I don't know. He did not. He did not.
You what?
Yes, that is correct. And that and the EAP is getting rebid because no bids were received.
What is EAP?
Employee Assistance Program.
So you need an attorney for that too?
No. It's a service. It is a consulting service. It's not an attorney.
There are two items
So
on it.
you have a bid for those services. All right, so you need to rebid for this?
Correct.
Okay, consent number 31, resolution authorizing execution of affordable housing deed restriction for the affordable housing units at the Franklin located at 649 Route 206, block 200.10, lots 5.01 and 5.02. And it says here that there are 11 affordable housing units there. Why is this being done now and not initially when the units were built?
I don't think they're occupied yet, or they're being occupied now.
Excuse me?
I don't think they're occupied yet, or they're currently becoming occupied as we speak. So
These were just recently built?
yeah, this is the new development. The Franklin is brand new.
Okay, so since this is affordable housing, don't you deed restrict before you start building?
No.
Well, they're individual units.
You wait till the units are built. Once the units are built and they have an address and everything like that, a block, lot, and address, then you deed restrict the units. And then they can be occupied thereafter.
Okay, so where is this located?
It's
Franklin,
essentially behind where the Starbucks is.
I'm sorry, Rick,
By where near the Starbucks is,
by Starbucks?
or in back of.
Okay, consent number 34, resolution authorizing issuance of amusement games license to Iron Peak Sports and Events LLC, subject to legalized games chance control commission approval. So there's going to be basically some type of gambling permitted here?
No.
Or that's what.
No.
It is not gambling.
I think we're
It
opening
is
a
not
casino.
gambling. It is Iron Peak. They have amusement games, so arcade type games, and it is a renewal of their license. They had this license last year, and it is a renewal. It happens annually, and it will continue to happen annually.
Oh, because it's saying authorizing issuance of.
Because that's the wording, and that is the type of license that it is called from the state of New Jersey, but it is an amusement game license.
They have like arcade,
And
they have
a renewal-
arcade.
Pinball.
And a renewal.
Yes, you have to renew it every year, and they've already had it.
So believe it or not, Ms. Janasek, yes, a machine that you play on, that the kids play on, that spits out tickets that they can use to buy candy, gumballs, or something else like that, unfortunately is regulated by the state.
Which is amazing, but.
Okay, consent number 36, resolution authorizing the cancellation of capital account balances. There's one towards the bottom, capital ordinance 2007-43, $1,097,327.72. Is there any information as to what these were originally for? It's a huge sum of money that was what, never used?
So the way it works, sometimes we set up the capital ordinance and the monies are set aside. And for whatever reason, the capital, either the spend or the project, that doesn't go through. So eventually we remove that money from the budget because it's not going to be spent. So it basically, so it's unspent money. So it's money that was allocated but not spent. So we end up removing it, the line item.
So initially, that's the amount that was allocated, or was there more allocated and this is what remains?
I'm sorry, you need to be a bit more specific. The total amount is these are each of those capital ordinances from those years. That's the amounts that are being cleared, yes.
Right, but like that one that I mentioned, the $1,097,327, was that the total amount for that project, or?
Don't remember. Don't know.
So, and also it's from 2007, so why would that amount of money be sitting there for that long, for that project that was not?
Because it could have been a long-term capital project that money was allocated and the project came in under budget, or didn't need to be expended over time, or it could have been monies that were held in sort of an escrow almost until a project gets completed, or making sure that it's done the way it's supposed to be done. Could be a number of things.
So again,
but to be clear, these are monies that were not spent.
Right.
Right, no, I understand.
Okay.
I was just asking as far as, was there more money allocated and this is what remains, or your question?
2007 when you started, right? That was your fiscal watchdog. You were keeping that set aside.
It's related to the sewer system areas of Claremont.
There you go.
That's what it's related to.
Consent number 42, resolution authorizing acceptance and execution of stormwater facilities maintenance agreement and conservation easement from Northeast Developers for the property identified on the Hillsborough Township tax map as block 149.08, lots 91.01, 91.02, 91.03, and 91.04, Hillsborough, Somerset County, New Jersey. This is an old application from like 2003, right?
That's correct.
So why is there only now an agreement regarding this stormwater?
After they got their subdivision approval, they filed the final plat back in 2006, thereby perfecting the subdivision, but nobody ever acted on it to develop it. Now, I guess it's been either sold or this individual has now decided he wants to develop the property.
So they got an approval for a development and nothing was done?
They got a subdivision approval back in 2003, I guess, or it was granted on 2005, yes.
And so when did this development go up? If they got approval, but they didn't.
It hasn't gone up. That's why we have this. Before it goes up, these are some of the compliance items that they have to comply with. One is a stormwater management, and the other one is a conservation easement.
How long, if someone gets approval for an application, how long do they have to build that development?
In this particular case, they filed their subdivision that perfects the subdivision. Now you just have a subdivided lot. It's zoned for residential. They can build whatever they want. As long as the zoning doesn't change on them, they can come at any point in time and build. Just because you subdivide a property into individual residential lots doesn't mean you have to build. You can build whatever you want.
So
as long as the zoning doesn't change on them.
So all they got approval of was subdividing, but not anything that they were going to build on it.
Yeah, but I imagine now they're going to come in with residential things that don't require any kind of approval because they are unconforming lots. I can build a house on a conforming lot.
I understand.
Yeah, if I have a conforming lot, I can come in and build a house on it.
I understand,
Okay,
I understand all of that.
So-
But I'm just saying, if they were approved so far back, okay, so now, do they have to come in with, to the planning board with whatever they plan on building there?
It depends on whether, what they're building and whether it's conforming or not.
If it's conforming, they don't need to.
So if they want to build a house that conforms to that zone, they don't have to come before the planning board?
Correct. They'd have to go through building and ensure that coding is correct, but
They already came to the planning board once to get the subdivision. As long as everything is built to code and without a variance needed or a waiver, they can build it.
Okay, so they came to subdivide the property, but they didn't say what's going to be built on there or.
I
No,
think
ma'am,
for the
no.
third time now, I think we've answered that question. Yes.
Residential.
They came for a subdivision and they didn't ask for to build anything.
Well,
And
no, they did. It's subdivision, they got approval, preliminary and final subdivision approval. It's right in the first paragraph for residential development project consisting of 3 single-family residences.
And they
That
also-
was the approval that they got. If you want, we can get you the board resolution, just request it. You know the Oprah request policy. You can certainly submit an Oprah request and we'll be happy to give you the resolution.
So they had to, they have to build.
We're not going to beat this dead horse forever. Bottom line
They
is,
have to-
they got
well, but this is
subdivision,
what- this
they
is what
got
the
subdivision
resolution-
approval
The
for a
resolution is
3.
about, and I have a question on this resolution.
Okay,
It
and I
says
think we've
here-
answered them.
It says here that in the last paragraph, the Township Committee of the Township of Hillsborough, that the township is authorized to accept and the mayor and township clerk authorized to execute a stormwater facilities maintenance agreement and conservation easement for the property. So that was all permitted in the initial application?
That's all part of the approval process and their compliance, yes.
Okay, so this application is available from the planning board?
I would think that they would still maybe have the application. It does date back quite some time, but I know for a fact the resolution's there because it's attached to, there's also a developer's agreement as indicated in there, and there's also a resolution attached to these, to the documents.
Ms.
So
Janczak, in the resolution, it says, as part of the approval that was granted, the third whereas, the board and development agreement requires the owner of the property to provide the township with a stormwater facility agreement and a conservation easement. So they were required under the agreement, and that's what they're providing, and we're authorizing that we have the authority to execute that agreement.
Okay, so the last sentence states that the township attorney is authorized to record said document. So that's what's going to be done according to this resolution by you.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'll miss you.
You can come back and watch. All right, so any other comments? Seeing none, we have
We have a
a
first and
motion.
second, I just need a roll call.
We just need a roll call.
Committeeman Bring,
Yes.
Committeeman Rowe,
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delport,
Yes.
Mayor
I believe we got claims list only left. We have a motion to accept claims list 2022-19.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any comments from Diaz? Any comments from the floor? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Committeeman Bring,
Yes.
Committeeman Rowe,
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delport.
Yes.
That concludes our regular meeting. I have a motion for adjournment. Mr. Deputy Mayor, would you like to make that motion?
A motion to adjourn my last meeting.
If we don't second it, we gotta stay, Frank.
Do we have a second?
I will second it as well.
All right, we'll give you that power. Roll call, please.
Committeeman Bring,
Yes, good night.
Committeeman Rowe,
Yes.
Committeeman Thompson,
Yes, thanks, Frank.
and for the last time,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Delport. And Mayor LaPlante.
Yes, that concludes our last meeting for the year. Our reorganization meeting will be January 4th at 7 PM. I wish everybody a happy holidays and Merry Christmas. And again, Frank, thank you. Don't be a stranger.
I will not. Thank you all very much. It's been truly an honor. I mean that.
We are adjourned. It is 9:40.